Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Brawl Stars video. Hopefully you guys enjoy the new and improved quality. We got the OP overlay and the OP new mic. Shout out to BioBS for that mic recommendation. We have the same mic. But anyways, we got some OP gameplay for you guys here today. It's gonna be a couple Storms gameplay from the qualifiers. We didn't really lose any games until like the very end, and I don't think we played that good throughout the qualifiers. So it's kind of a weird feeling, like we qualified and everything, but we didn't play that good. So we did qualify, so all that matters. But at the same time, it would have been nice to play better. But anyways, gonna jump into the games and kind of talk over what we did wrong, and kind of show you guys what I learned, and maybe you guys can learn something too from that. Alright, so the first map here is Super Stadium. The bans for the whole set were Gale and Mr. P. We banned Mr. P. They banned Gale. We banned Mr. P so that Bobby could play Gene more. And we also could play B on this map, and if they played Mr. P and we had a B, it'd kind of be over at that point. So the reason why you see, like, especially on Super Stadium, the reason why you see lots of tanks nowadays is because everyone's afraid of Sprout long range. Cause if it's like Sprout versus any brawler below like 4,000 HP, you're pretty much just gonna lose that lane automatically. So you see, we're all in tanks because no one wanted to play long range. And get countered by Sprout, and then tanks also counter Sprout because like what can a Sprout do against like a tank I health with a Poco healing it? So you see, we do get the nice defense here. We kind of hold him off. We were in a little bad spot right there for a little bit, but I ended up getting a super on the Jackie right there, and my teammates respawned, and we're looking pretty good. I do kind of miss the super there on Danny. It's not that big of a deal, like especially with Frank. I feel like a lot of times people are too conservative with their supers. What I like to do is I just kind of like to YOLO for the big play, and if I hit it, okay, it's very good. But if you miss it with Frank's super is very easy to get back. It only takes like 3 hits, and against like a comp like this, Jackie's just going to be constantly in our faces, so it's going to be pretty easy for me to get it back. So you see, my super here, I'm just kind of, we just don't want to like let them, I just don't want to leave my teammates in a 3v2 and while walking up the side. So we're just kind of playing it pretty passively here because we know we can win, and we just kind of play it smart. So we get a nice stun on their knee right there. I'm not able to kill him though because the Poke heal, so nice job at him. I do kind of miss my gadget right there. It's really hard to predict when Jackie's going to super because I don't know, maybe I should have done it preemptively, but it's hard to tell. But we are still looking pretty good. We ended up getting the kill anyways with my teammates right there to help me out. See, they are kind of chipping me down a little, but Bobby's healing me up. We are looking pretty good here. We have position now, and the Max is kind of in a pretty awkward spot. And you see OG kind of just walks around supers. It's a really nice play by OG right there. I definitely think he's the MVP of this game at least. And so now we're up 1-0 with only 30 seconds left. So they just kind of have to get a YOLO for it. So as long as we just don't get absolutely destroyed, it should be a W. You see, I'm just kind of getting all those heals from Bobby. Kenny just kind of goes for the YOLO play right there. We just give us the ball in the process, and he gives us complete control. So we just kind of corner it, throw up some emotes, and we're all looking pretty good. Able to pick the first dub of the series here. And yeah, we'll jump on into the next game in a bit. Alright, so hopping into the next game here. We did take a pretty big risk with our comp here. We do have 2 brawlers that can get countered very hard by Sprout, Spike, and B. But we didn't think they were going to Sprout just because it's a very risky play to play Sprout. I think it's much safer to play this comp because the vast majority of teams, they'll just run tanks, and the best tank players win. But we figured, we'll just go for the easy counter. And you see Danny does squeeze it right in through by OG right there. I really don't know how that went by. I really thought OG was close enough to the wall to catch it, but I guess he wasn't. But there's no reason to panic here. Like, we counter them pretty hard. So as long as we just kind of play our game slowly, should get the W right there. And as I said, I kind of go for the rush goal play right there, and I almost did it. And it was really close to working out, but we do waste the Primo super right there. So it's not the end of the world. I just kind of slow right there. The reason I placed my B gadget was I thought the Primo was going to catch up to me because, as you know, tanks have a slightly faster movement speed than regular brawlers. So yeah, me placing the gadget right there, it slowed him down for just a second, and he wasn't able to catch up to me, and I just kind of was able to stall long enough for my teammates by getting the kill on the Jackie. So I do kind of have complete control right here. You see there is no wall in front of the net, so that's a pretty big deal because they have nowhere to stand in the middle of the map. I just kind of wreak havoc on all of them right there. You see Bobby does hit the Jackie into my B shot, so nice play by us. And you see there's just no one in the middle. They can't compete with us in the mid with Spike and B, so Bobby gets a nice super shot right there into the corner, and we tie this game up 1-1. So as you see, OG just kind of walks up and supers the ball in right there like that, and yeah, I would pick up the brawl set like that, and we're up 1-0 in sets. Alright, so the next map is Crossroads. This map is probably my least favorite map in all the competitive maps. I feel like it's just pretty base racy. It doesn't really like show any skill. It's just kind of like who can get to the safe quickest, which the safe doesn't move, so you just kind of like auto infest, and I don't know. It's not my favorite map, obviously. I think a lot of the more established pros would agree with me. Maybe not, but I think I saw on Twitter, I think a lot of EU pros were complaining about it. But anyways, so we decided with the Max Brock Colt, and I felt like I was doing pretty good. Like, I kind of won my lane at the start and took out the Brock like there. I also did 30%, and OG gets nice super right there. And we were up like 40%. We got control. But as you see, it doesn't end up working out for us. I don't really know what happened here. I felt like I felt like we should have won it. But you see, I do kind of get sniped by the Brock right there. And Bobby and OG got the Pam. And I'm just kind of on defensive duty. That's what the Max's job is here, just kind of defend. And I do believe me and Easy trade, which it's not the greatest. I should have probably won that a little bit better and kind of take on the Brock a little, but I think the Brock would have killed me right away anyway, so I don't know. Bobby and OG, they just kind of get wrecked right there. Pretty bad. I think they're kind of rushing it for the safe, but we still got to defend a little. This map is like extremely hard to defend on. You see Bobby has to use a super on the Brock right there. Gets a nice tap on Raz right there. Does the body block, so we're down by 30%, but we have control, so. And then the Yeezy kind of takes me right there. I was trying to heal, but I thought he was going to shoot. So I was trying to get out of the corner and gadget and auto-aim him. But it didn't really work out like that. So me and Bobby have to tank for the Brock area. We're trying our best to body block, but the Pam just kind of take down OG. So we're all looking pretty bad at this point. It's hard. It's really hard to defend this map. And I felt like we kind of outplayed him here. Maybe a little. But we do end up losing. So this map's kind of awkward, but they deserve the win, and yeah, we'll jump on the next game. Alright, so for the next game here, we just decided to copy their comp and just try to outskill them. This map, you can't really counter. I don't really know what we could have run to like counter it, because we thought they were going to run the same comp again, because we felt like they were pretty confident with it. But you see, we kind of mixed it up. We kind of have Max on its own, and they have Brock on its own, but I'm kind of beating the Brock, which as a Max, it's not that hard. You see Bobby and OG, they're doing the best to pinch, but Bobby's kind of weak, and Kenny has his turret, and Bobby doesn't, so. And me and the Brock trade, so we're not looking the greatest here. Bobby and OG got pushed back by the Max. Max is kind of giving us a lot of problems lately. I don't really know what it is. I feel like I'm playing a decent enough Max, but I guess like our team's not good against playing Max, so I don't know. We might have to end up banning Max and Mr. P, but we'll probably test it out in some scrims in the coming weeks, because we have the August finals versus Omen and Cosmos at the first weekend in August, so looking forward to that. I definitely think we have to improve our gameplay before then, because I don't know, I've really felt like we haven't been doing the greatest lately. We're still winning, it's just not like the way we want it to, you know. We are looking pretty bad in this game here. We do have taking the L here on Crossroads, big easy 2-0. We don't really like Crossroads that much, but gotta play it, I guess. Alright, the next map here was Heatwave. We decided to go with Brock Jean Sprout comp, and they decided to go with the Carl instead of the Jean, so I feel like we have the comp advantage here. I definitely think Jean's one of the best brawlers on this map, as long as Mr. P is banned. You see the Carl kind of takes me off guard, and I kind of get pinched by the Sprout and the Carl, and I was kind of calling for help on the VC, but that's really my teammates can do, and Carl got his super, so I feel like I kind of started off this game pretty badly. That's kind of my bad. I didn't really think there was going to be a Carl walking up on the left side. We screamed this map a few times, and every single time we screamed it, no one walked up on the left side, so I just kind of muscle memory, I guess. Heat of the moment, I didn't really think of it. But we do kind of get positioning, and we're only down by 3 stars, so definitely still have a pretty easy chance to come back. So you see to catch him out this time on the left. I'm just trying to hit my shots on the wall, trying to bounce them on him. So you see that shot, I bounced the way I wanted it to, but didn't end up working. You see does super on me. I do kind of, the reason why I super that, because if you Sprout walls a Carl, it cancels their super. So I tried to do that in the Carl, but I ended up missing, I guess. It did kind of form a pretty weird pattern there with the wall, but we ended up killing the Carl anyways. The teammates clean up the rest, so we do get the 8-star trade right there, so looking pretty good for us. And Bobby's got his pull again, so he's just kind of looking for somebody to pull. OG's been holding down on the Brock lane this entire time, but their Brock is super and OG doesn't, so he's just trying to play a little more passive. And I think I do wall Carl off here. Yeah, so I wall him off, got him walled it off just so he can't sneak up as easily. It's pretty good strat to destroy some bushes with Sprout's wall, so that way they can't get as close to you. Just kind of keep your distance better, because Sprout excels. See, I'm just kind of throwing out some shots, just trying to keep him back. Because there's only 15 seconds left, we're up by 7 stars, so as long as we just don't throw extremely hard, we should take the W. Brock is one shot, so I'm just kind of trying to bounce my shots up there, but I do kind of choke those two, so I was getting a little wild running up on the Sprout right there, but I just tried to get the shots to the Brock, but we didn't need it. We won by 9 stars anyways, and took the dub right there, hop on in game. Alright, so the next time, we decided to go with switch out Sprout for Carl, just because we're a little uncertain if they're gonna run triple tank or Poco double tank, and if we have a Sprout and a Brock and a Gene, I feel like we could get pretty countered pretty easily. We just kind of tried to play it safe and go with the Carl, which I kind of wish we would have stuck with the Sprout. But didn't really work out. And you see, me and OG should probably switch lanes here because the Sprout's taking him out pretty easily. And their Carl is, he has the angle on me here. Like, it's really hard for me to see him because he's the bush and I don't. So I'm not in a good spot. OG's not in a good spot. But we just try to sneak up right there and maybe get a pull in the Sprout, but it wasn't successful. That Sprout wall is very large and it's blocking a pretty big area. Just kind of playing a little bit passive, try to take until it goes away. See, Bobby is looking for a pull up here. That's why he's walking up like this. Gets a nice pull on the Gene. He knocks it away, and OG takes it out. So nice team play by us right there. OG's getting a little aggressive on the Sprout, and me and Bobby are telling the Carl back. And now their Gene has pull. So he does kind of walk up on the left. I didn't really know he's on the left. I believe in the voice chat in this game, Bobby told me the Gene has pull like right now as soon as I got pulled. So we probably should have communicated a little better. I probably should have been a little more passive because the Gene wasn't on anyone's screen. So like I probably should have figured he was coming to pull me, but we just weren't thinking. I don't know. We just gotta think a little harder on that and not let it happen again. But you see, he does walk up again. I'm just trying to stay away from it. There's not really anywhere I can go because the Sprout's on the right, Gene pulls on the left. So just kind of like I know it's kind of even, but I feel like they really have control of this. Bobby's going for the pull on the Sprout, but the reason why he can't do it is just because Sprout is a lot better than Carl at keeping his distance. But Sprout's range is just pretty wild with the bounces, especially. Not as wild as it used to be with the overgrowth nerf, but it's still pretty wild. And you see, I kind of walk up because we need to get some. We need some stars to be losing. You see, OG jumps away. He doesn't help Bobby on the Sprout at all. So I don't know. We kind of choked that at the end, but we haven't lost the map yet, so we just need to play a little better and we'll win the next game. Alright, so hopping into the final game on the bounty set. And we decided to go back to original account. We felt like that one worked a lot better if they went triple tank. We just kind of outplay them a little. And you see, this time I expect the Carl coming. So we do kind of take him out. Maybe me and Bobby almost take out the Gene. A little unlucky. I think if I hit some more shots, maybe we could have done it. But he did use his gadget though, so we did get a gadget out of it. But they do get the mid stars. So we are losing currently. I'm just doing my job trying to charge up my super on the Carl and then block it off with the wall. You see, me and OG, we decided to switch lanes now because kind of knows Brock really struggles against Carl, more so than against Sprout. That's what I'm trying to say. It's easier for Carl to take out a Sprout than a Brock. So OG does a nice super. Bobby gets a nice pull to clean up. So we're winning up 2-1. Feel pretty confident at this point. I feel like I'm playing pretty good Sprout right now. I do kind of have the position on Danny. Danny's just kind of spamming his shots. And then I'm just kind of waiting for him to use all of his shots so I can just walk up. But we can't really take out each other out because we both have a shield. And then as soon as one of us is slow, we're just going to use our gadget, eat some grass. We back up to full health. Raz does hit a really nice pull on Bobby right there. Bobby almost gets away. And me and OG almost take out Raz. He barely squeaks out with the use of his gadget. So a little unlucky trade by us right there. Bobby does now as a pull. Maybe could have pulled the car right there. I don't know. Would have been max range. See, me and the other Sprout were just kind of at a stalemate at this point. Nothing really either of us can do. Bobby does try to walk up for the pull in the Sprout, but it's really hard to pull a Sprout because, as I said, Sprout's really good at keeping his distance. And I get 3 nice shots on the Sprout right there, so he has to eat some grass. And OG is hitting the Carl down. He does Sprout wall me off, so I catch kind of the back up. Look at that. And heals. Raz hits a pretty amazing pull on Bobby right there. I really don't know how I did that, but anyways, it's going down to the final second. We still have a chance here because I have the Sprout backed up. He has no shield. I have my shield, so I'm just trying to hit some shots on him. Me and OG end up taking the Sprout out. Molly's back alive. He jump padded in, and we both get them both all to one shot. We only need one more star. We couldn't end up getting it, so we do end up losing the bounty set, and we go down 2-1 in sets. So we'll hop on to the next game here and see what happens next. Alright, so hopping into the Siege set. Siege is always a little bit wild, especially in this meta. And you see our comp, we went with Pam, Max, Carl, and Pam, Max, Carl, I feel like are all three brawlers that I play on the team, but like I can only play one brawler. So I end up playing Max, since Bobby and OG, they both really don't play Max. OG does like slightly, but not really, and Bobby doesn't at all. So OG has to play Pam, which brawler I usually play here, and Bobby's in the Carl, which is a brawler that me or OG usually plays. So we're all kind of all brawlers except for me, that we're not really used to. So I feel like we should have kind of just like relaxed a little bit, just kind of ran what we were good with. But instead we kind of like rushed in with this comp that like was obviously pretty meta, but at the same time like should just play what you're comfortable with, especially in a situation like this where we're down 2-1. The qualifiers, which is a pretty important qualifier because we are in first, but Omen is pretty close behind us. So as long as we just don't choke, we're gonna qualify. But we didn't want to choke. If we lost this, it'd be a pretty big choke. So you see, we're just trying to get some bullets. I just had the gadget away there because we were getting pretty low. Especially this map is pretty spammy with Pam and Max. Daniel's taking me right there. He is one shot, so I was pretty disappointed by that. I didn't think I played the greatest in this game. In the Max 1v1, I definitely could have played better. They do end up getting a second bot, and they do up 4-3 in bullets. They're gonna have position once we take out this bot. This map is it's a pretty defensive map unless you have a wall break. But the meta isn't really any wall break brawlers, so you see we just tend to take it out. We've only taken 6%, but they have control the Pam turret. So it's gonna be a pretty big hole for us to crawl out of. They're gonna get the nice shots on the Pam right there, so we're looking alright. The Pam's pretty weak. I give Bobby speed in the attempt to do something, but Bobby just getting out by their Carl, so he's pretty weak, and OG gets taken out by their Max. I just kind of have to go for a last ditch effort, maybe try to team wipe, get those last 3 bolts, but I do get taken out too, so we end up losing this game, and we're gonna be on match point. So at this point, we weren't feeling the greatest because we felt like we were definitely better than this team, but at the same time, it is the semifinals, the qualifiers, so they definitely are a pretty good team if they made it this far, no matter what the bracket was. So we are on match point at this point, so we really had to pick it up here. I think we kind of all pep talked ourselves in our heads, and we kind of put our nose to the grindstone and try to pick it up from here. Alright, so hopping into the next game here. We are on match point at this point, so what we decided to go with is put OG on Spike. OG's probably the best Spike in the world as he get 2k, you know, and put Bobby on the Pam. Bobby used to be really good Pam, but since I joined the team, I kind of moved Pam spot. But we are looking pretty good. The Carl does have me weak right here, so I'm just trying to heal up a little bit. You see what I do here is I just kind of go with the auto battle on the Carl and just try to avoid walls. I try to position myself around the Carl at a spot where like the Carl can't hit the wall. You just pickaxe back faster, because I know from pushing Carl a lot, if the Max is right on you, if any brawler is right on you and there's no wall right there, you're pretty much just gonna get taken out. They do end up getting the first spot. At the same time, we do have a bolt lead, so we're not looking terrible at this point. They do have a position on us, but should be able to get it back as long as we play it correctly. You see, I'm on the Carl again, so I was feeling pretty good about my lane. Bobby's doing a pretty good job on the Pam. He's up by like 5k HP. You see, me and Bobby just kind of pinched the Carl just like that, as I said before, just kind of positioning myself around the Carl to not give him a spot to throw his pickaxe off the wall. And OG does win his lane right there a little bit. He's able to bank a bolt too, and we do kind of doing a pretty good job. The Carl is super on me with his gadget, just hit me out and get a bolt. But we do have the bot, big voice crack. We do have the bot, and they do have a 6-0 bolt lead on us. So we're kind of a little bit nervous. We definitely have to hold control here, because as I said previously, this map is really all about just getting the bots and not really about pushing it too hard, because it's a very defensive map. You have no wall break, so just kind of all hold control out here like this. And coming up here, this is like probably the most clutch play Bobby's been in an extremely long time. You see, I live with 1 health after Bobby uses his gadget with his Pam turret on me. So we do up winning that skirmish. You see, me and Bobby, we bank like 3 bolts with like 100 health combined. So Bobby ended up extremely clutch play right there. We won by like a few HP points. We do end up getting the next spot, and we are staying alive in this series by like a sliver. But nonetheless, we're staying alive, so as long as we do 1% on this push to win the game, which is pretty easy, because I think OG was calling out that he was close to his super. We were pretty confident. We just had to keep him off the bot. Just kind of speeding him up here, and OG has a super now. He's kind of chipping him down, and we do up winning this game just by a few. So after we won this game, we felt pretty confident in VC because this was a huge momentum swing. They just kind of lost by a little bit, and Brawl Stars is a lot about momentum and sets, I feel like. So, alright, so the next Siege game here, we are in match point again, but we're feeling a lot more confident. We ended up kind of stealing that game from them, so we're feeling a lot better at this point. And always throwing up his Pam pin, I guess he was pretty confident. Like, and you see OG does switch to curveball. The reason he can do that is because Max is pretty speedy and can dodge his RNGs a lot faster. You see me, I just kind of walk up to the Carl again. It's kind of odd of him because, as I said, like, as long as I position myself around the Carl to a point where, like, they can't throw the pickaxe off the wall a lot, it's a pretty easy kill for me. And my teammates did end up winning their lanes here once I was able to rotate over and help them. Voice crack again. Voice crack counter. Editor. I edit my own videos, but I'm not really good at it, so I can't really do that. But just imagine there's a voice crack counter. But so you see, we do end up just doing 20% holding control again. This map is a lot about control, and doing 20% on a push, especially the first push on this map, is actually pretty good. You see, I'm just trying to give Bobby my speed, but I wasn't able to do that. It's a little unlucky right there. Kenny gets really aggressive for this bolt, but me and Bobby were to take him out. And Carl does kind of super there. I think he was trying, thought he was going to go in, but this was 2v1. He made the nice play of, like, not going in. And I just kind of walk around the wall, take out the Pam turret, because Pam turret is, I feel like, it's really underrated. Especially against just like a spammy comp like this, where just like the constant heals really counter the poke. But you do end up winning the next spot, and we are 3-1 on bolts. We're just kind of doing what they did to us in the first game. We see OG's curveball spike just kind of chipping him down. He gets a nice spike super on there, and the reason why I throw in his super out, even though it's good for the whole position, he throws it out like that. He gets it really. He almost gets it back. And so they do end up switching lanes on us here, but I feel like at this point it's a little too late, as we are already up 5 bolts, and me and Bobby do end up taking him out anyways. Carl kind of counter spike a little bit, like a soft counter, but OG and Bobby do end up winning that too. And you see I'm just kind of bang these bolts as fast as I can. The faster you pick up bolts, the faster they spawn, because like only so many bolts can be on the map at once. And so we ended up getting the 11 C's bot. We ended up getting all 3 bots in this game, and it did push the series to a 5th map. And so we do have the big momentum swing in this here, because they were that close to winning, but we ended up swinging it all the way back to our side. So the big momentum swing here, and we'll hop on into the next game. Alright, so hopping into the 5th and final map, which was the Hard Rock Mine, the classic gem grab or smash and grab map. And we went with Tara, Sprout, Mortis comp. We felt pretty good about this comp because nothing really counters Mortis here that Tara doesn't counter, so we felt pretty good. Like, it's a pretty balanced comp. Like, they can't pull out anything too crazy and beat us. As long as you just kind of play our game, play smart, we should win the series here. So you do get the speed on the Sandy right there. He just kind of autoed me around the wall 3 times. So Sandy shot, I don't know if you guys, I mean, you guys all probably played against Sandy, but like the way Sandy's shot works just kind of like feels like it warps around walls sometimes. So they do that, and we actually ended up countering them kind of, because if you use Tara's gadget when they have a Sandy super, you can see where they're at in the super. Bobby does kind of YOLO on the Gene right there, but the reason why that's a pretty good play, even though Bobby did die and give them super, is because now the gems are on Max, and Max is a brawler that's pretty speedy and likes kind of get in your face. But if Max has all the gems, he can't really get in our face. And Bobby does get a nice play on the Max right there, not letting him heal up. You have 10 gems. As long as Gene misses the pull right there, Bobby does a nice job dodging it with Mortis like that. We're up 10-0, so we played pretty good in this game. I definitely felt like we were pretty confident. The reason why I slow selected Gene right there is because Gene's kind of like their comeback brawler. If they just kind of hit like a miracle pull just to win this game. But me and Bobby do end up taking him out. And Bobby dashes up to pick up all the gems to make sure to get them before Sprout spawned on that one, because having all the gems on like a brawler like Mortis or like a tank that's really hard to kill. It's pretty good. Don't let them reset. But we do end up getting the solo suck right there. OG walls them off, and we do end up putting them on match point after they put us on match point. So always flashing the Mortis pin, and yeah. Alright, so going into their match point, we decided to stick with the same comp again, because we felt like there's nothing that could really beat us here with this comp that we could think of at least. We do kind of end up going with like a pretty tanky comp, but like I really feel like Mortis actually kind of soft counters Carl, because when I was pushing Carl to 2000, I really hated laning against Mortis. I don't know what it is, but it's just like the way Mortis is able to position himself around Carl and not let Carl get any like speedy shots off It's pretty good. You see, I do get to get him about the Jackie right there, but it's actually a pretty. It's not a very good play by him because Tar is all about just like being useless and charging up your super slowly. And by him just rushing at me, I was able to get my super pretty quickly. So now I have my super, and we're actually doing pretty good. See, Bobby is on the Carl, and I'm on the Jackie. That's what we want. I do kind of get the double slug right there. At the same time, I get pulled. So I was pretty sad about that. I do look like I kind of lose my super right there, but their comp is not hard to get my super back. Their comp is not that hard to get my super back from. Because it's a pretty tanky comp, so they're always going to be in our face. So you see, I'm just kind of trying to slowly charge up my super. Bobby gets a nice damage off from the Gene right there, making him back up. The gems are split between their Gene and their Carls, so Carl's also broad likes to get up in your face. And if Carl has gems, it kind of prevents him from doing that. So he's just doing a nice job playing passive. Bobby goes in on the Gene right there. I get the slow suck on the Jackie. Bobby takes out the Carl with the help of OG, and we are up 12 nothing, 13 nothing in this game. And this is match point for them. So this is kind of like a last ditch effort. So my goal here is just to solo suck the Gene and not let him do anything too crazy. But he does have to pull me right there because I was going to super him anyways. The Jackie is flanking my teammates, so we didn't open that. So we kind of just stole the entire series away from right there with that one amazing play by Bobby. Siege set. So pretty close series, but that's definitely not satisfied with how we played. But at the end of the day, we still qualified. So feeling pretty good about that. And we'll have some more videos out for you guys soon. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoy playing competitive. I hope you guys watching it and supporting my channel with it. And yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, let me know. And peace, guys.